Okay, well, I wanted to do a video on this great figure in the, spheres of our kind of time here is Tommy Robinson. Now, this dude is just such a legend. Such an absolute true freaking legend of how he can come out and fight against something that's such a rot in our society in the West. I'm talking about the greater West. You got Canada, U.S., England, UK, throughout there, even into Spain, Paris, France. It's such a problem. Immigration, bringing in people from the third world, is just complete and utter. Um, it's just wrong. It's just wrong what these politicians have been doing, and to attempt to silence these people. It's obvious what they're fucking doing. It's obvious. It's so obvious. Now, if you don't know about Tommy Robinson, he's a patriot, fighting against, he spent most of his professionalism came from fighting against, Islamic grooming gangs who basically have a monopoly on horrible shit in the UK. And they're protected. They're a protected class because people don't want to be offensive to these people, and that's the biggest problem is that they there are people on the left that feel, and mostly the far left and left, that believe you have to be nice to people from other countries for whatever reason. Let them in, let them do whatever they want, sometimes even giving them more benefits than the normal civilians, giving them free housing, giving them free shit. These are people that are fucking destroying our countries, and they're taking the futures of your children away from them, and we're just willingly giving them it. Now, luckily, we have people like Tommy Robinson who are fighting back day after day after day for a better future of the UK, of Canada, of the United States, to get rid of these people. Get rid of them. What the fuck are they doing in our countries? And you see the rot they bring. You got people from Rwanda, you got people from Kenya, you got people from fucking Haiti, you got people from, Afghanistan, Syria, fucking, uh, I don't think countries like North Korea, Russia, and that readily get rid of their civilians, citizens, and flee as refugees. But a lot of these people are just poor people they just bring in because. Why do we let our politicians do that? It's utter bullshit. And then you have Tommy Robinson who has these, you know, things where he devils into what these people get up to once they're here. It's fucking criminal. And the fact that we have someone fighting for us like him is deeply humbling, and deeply eye-opening too. Now, Tommy Robinson has gotten in a lot of trouble over this, and of course, he released a video called Silence that basically uncovered all of this and truly gave good examples of how the UK justice system will literally assist these people in committing atrocities and help them just get immunity from all this. And it's sickening. It's sickening to think of that. Now, the greater issue of immigration itself is like, well, what do we do now? Now that all these countries are us, well, number one, you stop immigration. Number one, we get rid of all but the absolute most valuable in society of these people, and you retain this kind of nationalist view of the greater Commonwealth, the old empire, the Canada, United States, Europe. We form this one, and Australia too. I know Australia is not, it doesn't have the biggest population ever, but I mean, this is certainly a country that too has suffered from immigration. And why do these politicians allow this? It's truly horrible. And Tommy was, of course, silenced, no pun intended, because they thought that they could destroy him. They thought they could just shut him up, lock him away. You know, it's a miracle the guy has lived and living freely and peacefully right now. and it proves, because I think that they kind of got caught with their pants down. They caught because they know that all these media conglomerates, all these politicians, they know, people know now that they will protect these people. And he's pretty common on X. That's where he is given us free speech, and that's what X has kind of become the poster child from. New day, yeah, another new day in modern England. All these examples we see across the United States, across wherever, of look at what these people do. These are the people they let into our country. Our countries are being invaded by these people, and get rid of them. Like, get rid of them. If they've been a hint of being an Islamic terrorist, get rid of them. Deport them. Who gives a fuck what country they go to? We are the powerful nations in the world. We need to start acting like it. And thank God we have people like Trump who have been, you know, let's bring this up. He's been the champion of this kind of thing where we are now getting our powers back. These countries, like what he did with that South African president, it was monumental. Like the things that these people are trying to cover up, it's going on in the countries, and Trump just says no. You're like, you do not get to do this to people. It is not right. And the fact that the media tries to hide it and cover it up and pretend like people from third world countries are these like nothing they can do no wrong. They're persecuted people, feel bad for them because they're poor nations. No, we are the power in this world. We are powerful. It like they don't get to be, you know, invaders. They do not aren't given our country. We're not giving our country to people from third world countries because it's the nice thing to do. We shouldn't be that way. That's just completely and utterly wrong. You know what I mean? Just don't do it. Never do it. But yeah, I mean, like, what a lad, and the way he just fights back against every injustice that comes his way. The way he just like um, uh, he's just so outgoing in his ways of saying no, I believe in this. I'm gonna fight for better civilizations. We need more people like him. And he seems like a really cool dude, and that's the thing that I think that people are have uh, like really like resonated with people, is that he seems like a genuine dude who wants a better future, and he's gonna fight for it despite all the problems that have come his way over this. And like, we need more people like him. They are willing to, create this great cause of protecting our nations, protecting our nationalities, protecting our futures. Unless, and if you don't have any more Tommy Robinsons or Trumps, you're gonna have fucking our civilizations become overrun with these people, and our children are never going to be fucking safe again. Like, that is the true nature of this movement, of this. In the US it's the MAGA movement. In the UK, they're always going to call it far right, because if you don't absolutely submit to these other nations, people, you're far right, and that is absolute BS. Because yeah, I mean, there should be nothing wrong with saying, I don't want people from third world countries in our country. Keep them out. Let them stay in their own country. Who gives a shit about their feelings? They're not going to bring goodness to our world. It's like isn't that like a Isn't that an obvious thing? Like they're not going to bring good things to our country. Kick them out. Who cares about the like so okay, so this is the true statement, and Elon Musk is another supporter of these kinds of things, is that like, so you bring people in because it's humane, and then those people start destroying your country. Like, you've done it to yourself. It's like bringing a hornet's nest into your house out of the cold and being like, "Oh my God, they're stinging me," But I was trying to be nice to the hornets. It's like, don't do it. Just don't do it. You wouldn't do that with a hornet's nest. So why are we doing this with immigration? Why are we letting our politicians just bring in incredible amounts of people just because, oh, it's like we got to be diversify our nations? No, we don't. We don't need any diversity. What we need is to clamp down on this stuff and even remove some of the damage done. That's what we need to do, and that's what the champion that Tommy Robinson is bringing to this argument, is that being like, be unapologetic about it, don't be nice about it, just get rid of them, and we'll keep all but the most, or we'll keep only the most best, brightest, and willing to assimilate of the people. If they don't want to be a part of our culture, if they want to keep to themselves and just not interact with us, and in many cases, these people come to our countries and they completely and utterly reject other people as a way of living, and adopt these traditions and customs and try and force it upon other people that are just insane. It's just insane what some of these people want others to assimilate. Like things like, banning meat because it's against their religions and stuff. It's like, if we live in a free country, we shouldn't. If we're living in this freedom of the Western sphere, we shouldn't be allowing other people to destroy those freedoms, to make our people feel unsafe in the streets, to allow our stuff to get broken and taken just because our politicians wanted to bring in a bunch of people that they thought needed a better life. In many cases, these people are getting free housing, free money, free food. What the fuck about our citizens? What about our peoples? It's criminal. And we thank God we have people, absolute legends like Tommy Robinson, who are willing to stand up and say, "Fuck you." Fuck you for letting in these 919 people. Kick them out. Kick them out. Get rid of them. Crime, true crimes. And the Irish people, the people, like, I don't know if you know about this Irish, like, I mean, obviously wouldn't condemn any of these kinds of things, but you're seeing this all across the Western sphere. People are fed fucking up with it. They're like, no, fuck the government. If they want to keep these people, they want to let these people in and pollute our streets with just complete insanity. Time to bring back the great empires of our time. Back in the olden times, we conquered the world. The Western sphere conquered the world, and we gave yeah. The same people who blame the West for everything also consider human rights violation to stop the rest of the earth from moving there. Yeah. Immigration is terrible. The fact that we've allowed it to go unchecked, the fact that you have mops protecting it and defending it, people should get angry, because otherwise you're gonna wake up one day in the world. We're not quite there yet. Most of Europe, most of Canada, most of the US is still primarily white countries. Um, but you're gonna wake up one day in the future that is completely different, and they're going to become the minority in our own countries, and that is a long time away, admittedly. But yeah, I mean, these people don't. want a future where there's, you know, white people are everywhere. That they don't care about that. In fact, some of them are horrible enough to even suggest that it is the other way around. And I've seen that. And then you have horrible shit like this, where the media will try and protect people who commit fucking atrocities because we don't want to be offensive to them. Be as offensive as you can to this person. This person is offensive. You know, legacy media, drunk Yorkshire man. It's Zalto Osman, who's most certainly not a common British person. It's awful. It's awful the way, in the name of diversity, equity, and inclusion, that people have created this future of insanity. And of course, you're not going to ever, you're never going to encourage any kind of acts of that. But I'm saying the people are definitely fed up. You know, look at this. Male school bus owner in Canada dressed in drag calls above the Lolita. Just terrible shit that people have gotten up to. And by allowing people into countries, we're destroying this. So, in my opinion, send them all back. Get rid of all but the most highest standing members of society. Stop giving them benefits. Stop giving them help. Stop giving them free housing. Stop giving them fucking free food. Just get rid of them. They're of zero value to society, and in many ways actually destroy our societies. And nobody can contest that. No politician can say, "Oh, well, bringing in tons of people from third world countries is good for everyone." No, they do it for votes. They do it because politics has allowed them to bring in huge amounts of voters, maybe even so much bad as they're willing to check a box somewhere in their immigration papers saying they'll vote for certain parties. I don't know. Maybe there's some secret backroom dealings. And Tommy Robinson has exposed these types of backroom dealings. These crazy types of situations where, yeah, I mean, people have sometimes they've infiltrated our whole political system, our legal systems. They're just there, like they are gaining control of our countries, and we don't even do anything about it. So I mean, yeah, I mean Tommy Robinson is an absolute legend. The guy is a hero of mankind, in my opinion, and he's gonna make the Western world a better place. If we continue to rally behind Tommy Robinson, our the Western world, Canada, US, Europe, just gets stronger. And the stronger we get, the better our future for our future generations become. Because do you want to grow up in a world where your children can't walk in the streets because they're scared of Rwandan immigrants or, Somalians or uh, Afghani terrorists are, plotting horrific crimes just because they were left in? So, yeah, I mean, you can't say enough good things about this lad. He's a true legend, and just a shape of how the MAGA movement has many different forms. This is not only just happening in the U.S., where people are, fed up with immigration, immigrants destroying our countries, immigrants taking all of our benefits, taking all our jobs, taking all of our fucking freedoms away from us. It's all over the world, and people are starting to notice that this is only the beginning. And if we continue to fight back against this stuff, and we can continue to speak up and use our voice, we can create a better world that's free of this insanity of mass immigration, of mass diversification, of truly destroying what it means to be Canada, US, Europe, that great, and Australia, and many other places in the world. What's wrong? Why do they have to come here? Why can't Haiti become a better place? Why do they have to come here? Why can't Syria fix itself? You know, don't those people want to fix their countries? Well, they want to go back to Mexico and make Mexico great again. Instead, they have to come to other countries, and El Salvador has to send thousands of people to another country because why? What is that reason? The globalist agenda of that is never going to work. You're never going to have a united nation of every types of people mixed. They come to our society, they have to adapt to our ways of lives, and that is should be the hallmark of Western civilization. That should be the basis in which we base our societies on. You have to be a good person, you have to be a right person, and you have to give something to our society. Otherwise, we don't want you, and we're gonna get rid of you. Because if you're here illegally, or if you're here, you're gone, and we don't put up with it any longer. Chads like Tommy Robinson are here to protect us. Peace.